So, to understand the questions during the PSU interview, we need to understand who takes the interview. So, usually, interview panel consists of retired ONGCs. In particularly, if I talk about the interview in ONGC, I think in other PSUs also, usually either they are sitting legal advisors or retired legal advisors. They consist of the panel. So they focus on their questions revolve around the laws ONGC deals. Majorly land acquisition law, contract law, arbitration law, then general legal awareness. If there's any recent case law, any recent development, all these things.
Hey everyone, I am Surbi, founder of LegalWiki. LegalWiki is a go-to source for legal education and inspiration where we engage with top professionals across the legal industry to bring you valuable insights and guidance. I welcome everyone to our 23rd episode of this podcast series. Today I'm excited to have Ms Sumita. Currently, she's working as an assistant legal advisor at ONGC. Before joining ONGC, she completed her LL.M from NLSIU Bangalore, cleared NET-JRF, and was selected for Rajasthan Judicial Services 2024. She also completed her PhD from the University of Rajasthan in 2024, where she focused on farmers' rights over indigenous genetic resources. So now she's Dr. Sumita. She is also a first generation lawyer, and today she has joined us to share her insights about working with the public sector undertaking and tips on cracking the PSU interview. So, a very warm welcome to you, Sumita. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Looking forward to our conversation and learning from your experience. So,
Thank you, Surbi, for having me on your channel.
let's get started.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes, let's get started.
Let's start with a very simple question. So, firstly, I would like to know, like, as there were several paths that you could have chosen, but what motivated you to join a PSU, and what is the process of getting into PSU?
Okay, so in legal field, there are several options you have. Law firm, you can join, you can become a practicing lawyer, you can join PSUs, you can join private companies. So what motivated me to join PSU is work-life balance. They have a very good work-life balance. You have to work till 5:30, and afterwards you have all the time to do your personal hobbies and everything. And how to get into PSU is through CLAT. As of now, the procedure is that you attempt CLAT exam, then PSUs they open their advertisement, then you fill the form, and on the basis of your ranking, you are being selected. They call you for the interview. Your CLAT marks plus your interview marks makes the final list. So this is the procedure.
Okay. So, I'm sure you have also given the interview. So, what types of question can candidates expect during PSU interviews?
So to understand the questions during the PSU interview, we need to understand who takes the interview. So usually interview panel consists of retired ONGCs. In particularly, if I talk about the interview in ONGC, I think in other PSUs also, usually either they are sitting legal advisors or retired legal advisors. They consist of the panel. So their questions revolve around the laws ONGC deals. Majorly land acquisition law, contract law, arbitration law, then general legal awareness. If there's any recent case law, any recent development, all these things.
Okay.
Major focus is on contract and arbitration and land acquisition. And also, if you have any experience, for example, I was practicing with an advocate for some time. So they asked questions about my practice. So focus on your CV also. Whatever you have done, you have to justify it. You have to justify the questions that they ask it from you.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So, can you describe your own experience, like how you prepared for the interview? So, did you face any challenges or level of difficulty also? So like they focus on like sections, case laws, landmark case laws. What kind of questions they ask you? In depth or like basic questions? So
Okay. Usually I focused on the laws which are, for example, in the whole barrack. In practice, पूरा का पूरा barrack काम नहीं आता है. कुछ particular sections ही होते हैं जो काम में आते हैं, जो regularly काम में आते हैं. Since जो panel पे बैठे हैं, वो लोग practice करते हैं basically, वो cases deal कर रहे होते हैं, तो उनको वो सेक्शंस पे ज्यादा कमांड होती है जो डेली यूज में आते हैं. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि प्रैक्टिकल यूज में कौन से सेक्शंस आ रहे हैं. तो फर्स्ट एंड प्राइमरली आपको उन्हीं सेक्शंस पे मैक्सिमम फोकस करना होता है. फिर आप बाकी सेक्शंस को भी एक बार रीडिंग कर सकते हो, क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या होता है कि इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं. एंड इट्स लाइक आपको ये अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ेगा वो पर्टिकुलर पीएसयू कौन से लॉज में ज्यादा डील कर रहा है, उन्हीं पे आपको फोकस करना है.
okay,
एंड
got
डिफिकल्टी लेवल नहीं होता है मेरे हिसाब से. मुझे आई डेंट फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट, रादर आई फाइंड इट इंटरेस्टिंग, बिकॉज बहुत ही कॉमन मतलब इंटरव्यू था. क्वेश्चंस बिल्कुल जनरल थे, क्वेश्चंस मेरे प्रैक्टिस के ऊपर ज्यादा थे. तो ये तो इम्प्लाइड है कि आप अगर कुछ सीवी में लिख रहे हो तो उस पर आपको कमांड करनी ही करनी है. और बेसिकली कुछ लीगल डेवलपमेंट जो उस समय चल रहे थे, फेमस केस लॉस. एक कोलिजियम पे क्वेश्चन था क्योंकि उस टाइम वो न्यूज़पेपर में चल रहा था. तो अगर न्यूज़पेपर में कुछ लॉ चल रहा है तो वो भी आपको फोकस करना होता है.
perfect.
Mainly, it is about confidence also.
Okay. So how you are presenting yourself? So basically they will be asking questions from your CV and जो भी laws उस time चल रहे होंगे, the basic laws they will be asking.
Hmm.
Okay.
Basic laws. Yes.
Yes. So as you mentioned that it is very important for you to clear CLAT with a good rank for getting into PSUs, right? And now
Yes.
when someone
Yes.
gets good rank, there's a confusion among these students or professionals
Hmm.
that they should go for
Hmm.
LM or they should go for PSU. So now there is a doubt in their mind. Okay. So how doing in LLM will add advantage to if you want to pursue LLM further. So you have also done your LLM and then after that you
Yes.
get into the PSU. So क्या
Yes.
LLM एक एडवांटेज ऐड करेगा PSU में?
दो चीजें हैं. अगर आपकी रैंक बहुत अच्छी आई है तो अगर आप, मेरे हिसाब से आपको एलएलएम में एंट्रेंस ले लेना चाहिए. यू विल बी कॉल्ड फॉर द इंटरव्यू. कभी कभी ऐसा, अभी वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड पीएसयूज में क्या होता है. हर पीएसयू का एक अलग प्रोसीजर है. फॉर एग्जांपल ओएनजीसी में 15 मार्क्स का इंटरव्यू होता है, जिसमें मिनिमम आपको 8 नंबर तो लेके आने हैं, अदरवाइज यू वॉन्ट मेक इट टू द फाइनल लिस्ट. आप मेरिट लिस्ट में काउंट ही नहीं किए जाओगे. मिनिमम 8 मार्क्स यू हैव टू गेट इट. Sometimes what happens, even the toppers, they cannot get 8 marks. So even the good ranks cannot ensure you selection in PSUs. So for that matter, I think one should take admission in LLM and then keep preparing for the interview simultaneously. First thing, either you will make it to the interview, and in case if you fail it, you have a degree of LLM. And if you're doing LLM from National Law University Bangalore or maybe top law universities, I must say that it will enhance your confidence. You have a different exposure, you learn. Basically, you will learn and then you will perform better in the next interview. So I think one should go with the LLM simultaneously. They can prepare for the interview.
Perfect. So,
Yes.
like once someone's clear a PSU exam, what position do they usually join, and what does the career
Hmm.
progress path looks like within PSU? So,
Okay. So in ONGC, we join as an assistant legal advisor. And then after 5 years, we become deputy legal advisor. This is how the promotions goes.
okay,
Since ONGC they produce hydrocarbons, so the career progress is more for engineers, people who work more into a field. जो टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड के लोग हैं उनका प्रमोशन और उनके करियर प्रोस्पेक्टिव अच्छे हैं कंपैरेटिंग टू लीगल और एचआर जो
okay,
नॉन टेक्निकल हैं उनके.
hmm,
दूसरा, लर्निंग जो होगी आपकी लॉस में वो लिमिटेड होगी, क्योंकि कंपनी लिमिटेड लॉस में ही डील कर रही होती है. लैंड एक्विजिशन मैटर्स हमारे पास मैक्सिमम है, क्योंकि वी डिग वेल्स, then for that matter we need land, we need to acquire land, then we need land for pipelines, then we have contract matters, and then we have arbitration, um, sometimes HR issues. So the learning of an individual is limited to all these laws. If somebody wants to learn and they want to grow, then I think they can opt for maybe private companies or
Hmm.
maybe for practicing and all of that. But otherwise, PSUs are good for people who are looking for work-life balance, because you have a very sound work-life balance and decent salary, I must say.
Great, great. So first thing is like you will be assistant legal professor. Then after 5 years, you will be deputy law
Mhm.
officer. And after that, is there anything
Yes,
or? Huh.
yes, there is. You keep, for example, then you become a chief legal advisor. So this
Okay.
is how promotion keeps going on. Then you become general manager, then you become chief general manager. But the chances that I think E4 लेवल पे E4 से ज्यादा आपका प्रमोशन होने के चांसेस लीगल में कम होते हैं.
Okay.
आप जनरल मैनेजर बहुत रेयर बनेंगे, मतलब चांसेस ये है.
Acha. Okay. So right now, as
Right.
you're an assistant legal advisor, what is your role? So what is your task, responsibilities, like day to day आप क्या काम करते हो?
Right. So legal advisors, we are basically managers. We manage legal matters of the company. We are also considered as a mediator between the lawyer and the courts and the company. So the contract, mm, let's talk about contract matters. So technical people, they make contracts. So we first vet the contract on the legal point. So
Okay.
once the contract is done, then comes contract management. Contract is being executed. So this part is done by technical people. If there's any problem, dispute, or termination of the contract, then comes the banning of the contract. So that there also we play a role in banning the contractor. When there is a termination of contract and there's a breach of contract and there is a dispute, then we go to arbitration usually. We have our internal mediation also. First, we try to mediate. If it fails, then we go to the court. So, as a legal advisor, we have a panel of advocates. So we meet the advocates. We assign, for example, out of 10 advocates, we assign particular case to a particular advocate. Then we supply them necessary documents. We appear in the court on the behalf of the company, and sometimes files come for legal vetting for different points, from HR points, from service law points. So yeah, or some additionally, we also make reports, a lot of report actually, because company has to report to Ministry of Petroleum continuously. So all these are major work we do.
So is there any fixed number of advocates ONGC hires?
Yes, we have our panel basically, and this panel keep on revising. So this is also for practicing advocates. They can try to be on the panel of PSUs. They have good number of cases. So
Okay.
yes.
So any challenges you have faced while you have joined ONGC, which you want the candidates who are looking forward to join, they should keep in mind.
I don't think so. There's any I faced any professional hardship here. The work life is really good and people are cooperative. Internal, I would say the company is really good. People are very cooperative and they make you learn. They don't impose anything. So they give you some time to learn, basically. And I don't find any difficulty here. It's easy, basically. The work is easy. If you have studied well in the colleges, then it is easy.
Oh, that's
Yes.
great. So now finally, what
Mm.
advice would you give to today's law students or professionals looking to enter into PSU?
Mm.
How they should prepare for the CLAT or what are the key things they should keep in mind?
Yes. So first thing, try to get a good rank in CLAT. For that matter, what strategy I focused was, मैंने रिवर्स में पढ़ाई की थी. मैंने इम्पोर्टेंट जजमेंट्स निकाल लिए थे कि इस साल के सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जजमेंट्स ये हैं. फिर उन जजमेंट को मैंने लॉ पे पॉइंट पे पढ़ा, अगर उसी पॉइंट पे फिर मैंने बैरेक पढ़ा, कुछ प्रीवियसली कोई इंपॉर्टेंट जजमेंट है वो पढ़ी। बेसिकली आपको एक माइंड में क्वेश्चंस फ्रेम करने पड़ेंगे कि इस जजमेंट के रिवॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस क्या हैं जो बन सकते हैं इसके ऊपर। सो ऐसे करके मैंने 25-30 जजमेंट निकाली थी, और वही सिर्फ वही पढ़ा था मैंने। एक मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एग्जाम को अटेम्प्ट करना उन 2 घंटों में सबसे बड़ा स्किल होता है। ये एग्जाम, उन 2 घंटों में आपको उस एग्जाम को कैसे अटेम्प्ट करना है, मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई भी स्टूडेंट पूरे के पूरे वो पैसेजेस पढ़ सकता है। आपको यूजली पहले से ही प्रिपेयर होना पड़ेगा। जो क्वेश्चंस नीचे दिए होते हैं आपको सीधा उन्हीं को ही सॉल्व करना है, आप पैराग्राफ पढ़ ही नहीं सकते हो। ये
ओके।
एक स्ट्रैटेजी है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एग्जाम ये माइंड गेम खेलता है कि आपको पैराग्राफ में ही फंसा दिया जाता है कि आप पैराग्राफ पढ़ते ही रह जाओगे, वो 2 घंटे निकल जाएंगे। बल्कि होना क्या चाहिए कि आप पहले से प्रिपेयर होने चाहिए उस जजमेंट के लिए। आपको पैराग्राफ पढ़ना ही नहीं है, क्योंकि अदरवाइज यू वोंट बी एबल टू फिनिश द पेपर। दिस इज अबाउट द पेपर। होता क्या है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल 3 वैकेंसी है, शायद पांच, एक वैकेंसी पे 5 बच्चों को बुलाया जाता है, कैंडिडेट्स को बुलाया जाता है। तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो 15 नंबर का कैंडिडेट है उसको तो लगेगा यार मेरी तो रैंक बहुत नीचे है, मेरा तो होगा ही नहीं। उन कैंडिडेट्स की जिनकी रैंक, जिनको कॉल तो किया गया है लेकिन रैंक नीचे है, उनसे मैं ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि आपका पूरा चांसेस है। कैसे है चांसेस? क्या हो सकता है कि ऊपर आपसे टॉप रैंक वालों के नंबर्स बहुत अच्छे आए हों, लेकिन वो मिनिमम 8 मार्क्स ले ही नहीं, इंटरव्यू में उनको वो मार्क्स ही नहीं मिले। मेरे साथ ऐसा ही हुआ था।
ओके।
My rank was seventh, and I think there was total 3 seats for OBC. I'm from OBC.
हाँ।
So I wasn't expecting that I will get into it. So I just randomly went, and very confidently, with free mind, with no expectation that I will be selected.
हाँ। हाँ।
Because I wasn't expecting, मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि मेरे से ऊपर जो हैं उनके नंबर अच्छे हैं, तो obviously they will be selected. And some of them, they were from really good NLUs.
ओके।
But luckily I made it because they couldn't make to 8 marks. So
ग्रेट।
that is a big, I think, trick.
दैट्स ग्रेट। थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग दिस।
Yes,
ओके। So
yes,
let's end this session with a fun rapid round. Okay. I will ask
yes,
you
Survi.
5 quick questions to get to know better. Okay, get to know you better. So are you
Hmm.
ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So the first question, what do you prefer, book or podcast?
Sometimes books, sometimes podcasts.
So any recommendations?
Both. They have, I think, podcast because cracks, they give cracks actually.
Okay.
So you have to read the 100 pages. The person in the podcast, they will be summarizing it in a better way.
So one legal skill you think
Yes.
every lawyer should master?
Public speaking, conversation, connecting. I think there are three, four, which are mandatory. You should have skill to make connections, and public speaking, and legal drafting. Three
Great.
major one.
So one piece of advice for
Yeah.
law students?
In initial years, do internship in different fields so that you can get to know which field is for me, because every field is not for everyone. And even if you feel that you lack certain skills in a particular field you want to get into, so you initially at early stage you will realize that these are the skills which I have to master, and eventually you can work toward those skill. Any skill can be learned. So that's the advice I would like to give.
Great. One subject you wish was taught better in law school?
Mm, I think in law school, contract they could have taught in a better manner. Yeah.
Correct.
More practical.
Basically the practical side of the law.
Practical. I think in law school, what they're lacking right now is they're not giving practical knowledge, and law should be. They should be teaching in a manner that that student get practical knowledge in all the laws, basically, be it criminal law, be it contract law, be it any other service law, and that can be done easily, actually.
Correct. So the last question,
Mhm.
a lawyer that you look up to?
I look up to Rebecca John. She's a criminal lawyer in Supreme Court.
Okay, great. So thank you for being a
Yeah.
great sport, Sumita. That's it for today's episode. A big thank you once again to Sumita for sharing her valuable insights and experiences. I'm sure this will be incredibly helpful for all those who are aspiring for PSU. And to our listeners, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel LegalWiki. And feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions from us. So thank you so much, Sumita.
Thank you, Sylvie, for having me.
Thank you.